How we doing, folks? Welcome into Week 8 picks. Brady, hard to believe we're already into Week 8 of the season. The premier matchup of the year, possibly, taking place on Friday night. We'll get into that here in a little bit. First, last week, both of us went 5-1. Exact same picks, exact same loss. The Breezers going out and getting a win over Milton, making us look foolish.
Yeah.
They tend to do that to you a lot.
Making me look very foolish because we could probably go back and look 4 or 5 weeks ago. I actually said I learned my lesson. I would never pick against them again, and I picked against them 2 weeks in a row. And
attaboy.
So
yeah, well, at least you were right one time.
Yeah, exactly. At least I'm a man of my word too.
Yeah, you are that. All right, folks, we're going to jump right in. We're going to go on the road. Catholic, a big game this week against Madison County. A must-win if they want to stay in that district race.
I think this game's going to be closer than a lot of people maybe are figuring it was going to be, especially because when you look at, Madison beat Pine Forest by 3 touchdowns. But I think Madison's going to win just because they have the home field advantage. But I think it's going to be a little bit closer than people expect it to be.
Yeah, a couple years ago, everybody thought Catholic would blow it out in this game in the playoffs. Catholic ends up only losing by 7. So I like Madison County also. I also like it to be a close game. So that's one where we match. Yeah. And for the record, I tried to get Brady to tell me who he was picking before we went on. He wouldn't do it.
Not going to do it.
He wouldn't do it. And that's only because he can't change his mind and pick the other team.
We got 3 weeks left, and I got to start making my run right now.
All right. Going down to District 1A, Jay against Baker.
I like Baker in this one. I think Jay's kind of banged up right now. Ricky Cofield may not play, and I think Baker just has too many athletes for him.
I'm going to go with Jay. Because I think they're learning to play as a team. I think they're finally getting Coach Smith's system there. And really, I want to be different than you.
That's good.
So I'm going to go with Jay there. For the record, what do I have, a 3-game lead?
Yeah, I think so.
Whopping 3-game lead. So
that's one I'm going to make up on you this week. So right, one each week will be tied at the end of the year.
There we go. All right. Moving on to Northview. They're going to host Freeport on Friday.
I'm going to go with Northview in this one. I think Northview just has the athletes, and I think this is where they're going to shine when they're playing teams in their district and in their classification.
Yeah, I like Northview also. I watched them against Freeport in the playoffs last year. It just seems like they have too many athletes for Freeport. Maybe they've got things figured out. We'll see what happens, though. But, yeah, I like Northview there. We're going to go to District 1-5A. Panama City Rutherford coming to West Florida. West Florida had a bye last week.
Yeah, I like West Florida to win this one. It'd kind of be interesting if they get off to a slow start because they haven't played in a week. But I think they're going to win this one.
Yeah, I like West Florida also. Actually, that's a pretty simple pick.
Yeah.
We'll go to Gulf Breeze, the team that you love to pick against. They are hosting Bay this week.
I'm going to pick Gulf Breeze this week. Change it up a bit. I think this is probably Gulf Breeze's last big test of the year as far as district's concerned. They've already played West Florida and Arnold. I think if they win this one, then they pretty much lock up that second-place spot, that playoff spot.
Yeah, it seems like that system that they've got there installed in that spread really, it's plug and play at tailback. Chandler and Foxworth doing a great job there. I like Gulf Breeze also. Tate hosting Pace. Tate, a couple of tough District 1-6A losses already this year. What do you think this week?
Yeah, this is coming off that tough loss to PHS. I like Pace in this one. I think they get out to a comfortable lead and then coast in the second half. Yeah,
we might see another running clock here. Running clocks against PHS and Pine Forest already this year. Might see a third one with the one of the elite teams in that district. So I'm going to go with Pace also. Washington traveling to Milton.
I think besides the big game, I think this is probably closest matchup we have this week. It's hard to kind of handicap this game because Washington played Pine Forest so well last week. I think this is kind of a must-win from Milton. I think they're in a much stronger position to make the playoffs. I think they're going to have to win out. I like Milton in this one, the home field advantage.
Oh, wow. I'm going to take Washington. I saw them last week against Pine Forest. I was impressed. The things that they're able to do offensively now kind of mix things up. If they can avoid these small mistakes, they can win this game. And so I'm going to go with Washington on the road there.
Oh, two different.
All right.
Still got 2 more games to go. I may make it up this week.
Hey, I doubt it. All right. Crestview travels to Navarre.
I like Navarre. They had the week off, got a chance to kind of get healthy. They've been really banged up. I think they take care of business in this one, and I think they end up winning out the rest of the year as far as district games. But I like Navarre in this one.
I like Navarre also. I think they're the best team in that district. the slip up against Choctaw hurts them, but I do like them to win here. I like them to win the rest of their game, so go ahead and pencil me in the VAR all the way through. All right, finally, the big game of the year, the game that we've all been waiting for, a game that could easily decide the District 1 6A race. Pine Forest goes to goes to PHS. Mm-hmm. Jim Scoggins Stadium, 7:30, Friday night. You and I will both be there. Who you got?
I tell you what, it's a tough one. I think it's kind of comes down to who has more weapons right now. I think PHS doesn't have quite the weapons they had to start the season, but I think they still have enough with Jalen Spencer. Jonathan Bennett has been very good. Shaquille Bush has stepped up. That defense that PHS has at home, I like that. I like PHS to win a very low-scoring game, defensive game. I think PHS is going to win this one.
All right. I'm going to abstain. I'm not going to pick this game.
No, you have to pick this game.
I'm going to take PHS also. I think the game, though, hinges on one matchup, and that's Shaquille Purifoy against Jalen Spencer on the outside. If Pine Forest can get that passing game going with Shaquille Purifoy, all the kid does is catch touchdowns.
Yeah.
And if Jalen Spencer shuts him down the way he shut down Patrick Maddox earlier this year, there's no way PHS loses this game. But if they can get that passing game going, if Shaquille Purifoy can out-athlete Jalen even on a couple of big plays, this could turn Pine Forest's way. I'm going to go with PHS.
I agree with you on that, just because I think that it's going to be very hard for Pine Forest to run against PHS. That front four that PHS has is very good, so they're going to need to get that passing game going because running against PHS is a difficult task for anybody. Pace saw that, and Pine Forest can see that. So then we kind of agree on that one. But I think we both agree it's going to be a very good game. I don't expect this one to be any kind of a runaway game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Pine Forest were to win the game, but seeing as how I can't say it's going to be a tie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take PHS, home field advantage there. And that is going to wrap us up. Brady, we will be back tomorrow with the preview. We'll be back on Saturday with the review. And, we'll have highlights from the PHS and Pine Forest game. So join us tomorrow, join us Saturday, join us next week, and throughout the rest of the season. And I am Jason Blaney. This is Brady Amon. We will see you tomorrow.